I always wait. Whenever I speak on these lives, it always interrupts. So I'm waiting. I'm placing the introduction of this particular disquisition carefully on a rainy, beautiful Friday afternoon. Don't forget tonight. Well, tomorrow, 2 to 5 a.m. overnights, Saturday and Sunday, Lionel on WABC. Where is everybody? Come on, let's see. Let's see the howdies. Come on, let's see the names. Let's have some fun. Also, July 19, Cutting Room. Cutting Room, July 19. Wow. Fun aplenty. Fun galore. Okay? July 19. Also today, 5 p.m. will be Lynn's Warriors live at 5. This is the 5th anniversary, the 5th birthday of Lynn's Warriors. So be a part of that and join us. Where is everybody? Come on, let's do a hello. Let's do a 5 by 5. Am I coming in? Can you hear me? Where's the love? Where's the love? Where's one? What am I seeing? I don't see anything here. I've got to make sure I've activated the chat and all that stuff. Just one. I'm not seeing anything. What's going on here? What's going on? I don't see anything. Could it be there's something wrong with this? I see people are there, but unless I see a word, a 5 by 5 or something, I figure I'm just talking to myself. And there's nothing worse than the feeling that you're talking to yourself. Come on, let's go. I'll wait. Well, I'll keep doing this. Whether you're there or not, it doesn't really matter. Why? Because I'm a professional. There we go. Hey, hey. There's a hey. Hey. H-E-Y. Hey. How are you, everybody? Come on. We're doing great. My friends, I want to talk to you about something. And I want to fill in the blank. This is really about, hey, look at this. There's J Hep. Oh my God. Vag. Vagine. Vag. Thank you, Vag. Vag. 1 is the loneliest number. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Quick. 1 is the loneliest number you will ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1, but the number is the number 1. Who wrote it? Vag Mangina. Get it? Get it? Vag. Who wrote it? Come on. Who's the first one to get that right? Who's the first one? Who's the first one to get it right? Come on. Who's the first one to get it right? No, not 3 Dog Night. 3 Dog Night did it. No, 3 Dog Night covered it. Who wrote it? Who wrote it? No. Nielsen. Harry Nielsen. Or Nelson. Nelson. Okay, here's one for you. You put the lime in the coconut. You mix it all up. He wrote that. But here's one. Everybody's talking at me. Can't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of their mind. That's Bert Lahr and Ethel Merman. Who wrote that? Now, you're going to say Nilsson, right? Nilsson Schmilsson, one of the great albums of all time. That's what you're going to say. And you would, of course, be wrong. It's Fred Neil. There you go. Who wrote, I write the songs that make the whole world sing? Bruce Johnston from the Beach Boys. Who wrote the Tonight Show thing? Paul Anka. Who wrote My Way? Paul Anka. One of my favorite songs is Never Can Say Goodbye. No, 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 no. That was the actor. And I love that song. Who wrote Never Can Say Goodbye? I always want to say it's Cleavon Little, but it's not Cleavon Little. It's another one, too. It's a Clifton Davis. never can say goodbye. Gloria Gaynor wrote that. Did you, or sang that, covered that? Did you know that? You didn't know that, did you? Of course not. Why would you know that? Why would you know that? Who wrote It's Raining Men? Hallelujah, it's raining men. Paul Schaefer. Who wrote The Book of Love? That's interesting. I wonder, oh, oh. Very funny. Liberace, Paul Schaefer. Very good. Paul Schaefer. The very nice guy. A little weird, a little strange, a little off. Little off, a little strange, a little weird, little off. You know, what are you going to do? My friends, I want to talk to you about something which is, I hope you're there. I hope you're here for this. It's very important. I'm very upset about this O'Keefe, this James O'Keefe thing, and setting up. You're recording Pam Bondi. That's such a rat move. It's really bothering me. Look, I want you to pledge with me that we don't. I don't know, Chatham House rules, whatever you want to call it. We have not. You have not. We cannot allow. I'm going to see what ChatGPT says. Tell me the story about James O'Keefe, who recorded Pam Bondi without her knowledge during a luncheon. Let's see what our friends are. ChatGPT is the greatest thing in the world. Greatest thing in it. Okay, he writes, just a second. Mrs. L refers to Siri as she, or tell her. In April, which is late April, Pam Bondi was covertly recorded by an undercover journalist affiliated with James O'Keefe's media group, OMG. Oh my God. During a brunch at a Washington, D.C. restaurant. The journalist, posing as a nanny, engaged Bondi in conversation and inquired about the release of Jeffrey Epstein, his related files. Bondi, I need my prescriptions done. Bondi responded, stating that the FBI was reviewing tens of thousands of videos involving Epstein and minors, which was causing delays. 9 days after the recording on May 7th, Bondi publicly reiterated similar statements during a press conference. O'Keefe released a 15-second clip of the undercover footage highlighting Bondi's remarks. The release has sparked discussions regarding the handling of sensitive information and the like. Now, watch this. Watch this. Write me a 500-word excoriation of James O'Keefe in a style familiar to or resonating with Fox News fans. Write it pro-Trump, pro-Bondi, pro-MAGA, and anti-O'Keefe, and emphasize the treachery, the perfidy, and what a rat move it was. Let's see what it says. Want to hear this? Wait till you see. This is the most incredible thing in the world. You want to do this? This is beautiful. May I read this to you? I'm going to read this. There's a line in the sand in the MAGA movement, one between truth tellers and treacherous self-promoters. James O'Keefe just bulldozed over it with a kind of underhanded backstab that would make even CNN blush. Covertly recording Attorney General Pam Bondi, one of the few warriors we have left fighting for children, justice, and America First values, wasn't investigative journalism. It was sabotage, plain and simple. A rat move that betrayed the very movement that built him. Let's be crystal clear. Pam Bondi is not the enemy. She's the one inside the belly of the beast going to war against the very institutions trying to bury the Epstein files, drain the swamp, and protect the real predators hiding behind their donor lists and nonprofit funds. So what does O'Keefe do? He sends a nanny, yes, a literal nanny in disguise, to secretly record her at brunch. Not a press conference, not a hearing, brunch, a private conversation with hidden cameras, like a punk. Huh? This isn't Watergate level coverage. This is TMZ tactics. Dressed up in a three-piece suit. What did he expose? Nothing that Bondi wasn't already prepared to say publicly. She's been sounding the alarm about the tens of thousands of Epstein-related videos involving minors being reviewed by the FBI. What O'Keefe did wasn't a scoop, it was an ambush. And worse, it was ammunition handed to the left, the same radical media that's been frothing at the mouth to discredit her, and Trump and everyone else. Let's not pretend this is the same O'Keefe who once had the courage to take on Acorn, remember Acorn, or expose election fraud. This O'Keefe is chasing clicks, not truth. He's lashing out like a man obsessed with proving he's still relevant, even if it means turning on those who never stopped fighting. This wasn't journalism. This was betrayal for the brand. You want to hold power accountable? Fine. But go after the deep state. Go after the Bidens, the Clintons, the NGOs, siphoning billions into taxpayer funds. Don't target the very people risking their careers and reputations trying to blow the whistle on the real rat. Bondi isn't just a Trump ally. She's one of the few public officials left with a backbone to name names. Now, who agrees with me? Who agrees with me? You agree with me? James O'Keefe is a rat. You agree with me? Who agrees with me? Come on, let's hear it. Come on. Come on. He's a rat. How dare you do this? This is incredible. Isn't that beautiful? We cannot be led astray, my friends, by the very people who theoretically pretend to be standing up. Look, I mentioned before about loyalty, standing by this. This is the most important thing in the world. And what we need to do is, everything you need to know, please use ChatGPT for all of your questions, for all of your information, for all of your research. If you want to write something, if you want to review something, you want to read a contract, you want to read something, put it through, let it read, find the bad parts. It's the most incredible thing in the world. AI is going to change everything. AI is going to change everything. Everything. For people who read contracts, it's better than that. Better. It's going to write wills. It's going to be good. Too much mic rumble. Let me tell you something, Drummer. Is that your name? Let me tell you something, my friend. I don't need you to tell me about my mic rumble. You understand that? I don't need you. Go to Tim Pool. Go to that guy with a wool cap. The guy who pretends who knows what the hell he's talking about. Go ahead. He doesn't have any mic rumble, or as Freddie says, buffering. You don't like it? Leave. I don't work for you, my friend. I work for the truth. And if you don't like it, if you don't like my style, go ahead. I've got a little cord here. That's all. Nothing fancy. I'm just the real McCoy. OG, baby. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't need your crap. I don't need your insidious little pissant, implicit excoriation. Too much mic rumble. Why don't you just shut up? Go away. Let's go to your channel. Oh, you don't have one. How many videos have you done? Oh, you haven't done any. You just sit back on your fat ass complaining about everybody else. That's what's wrong with this country. I'm kidding. That's pretty good though, wasn't it? What am I about? I'm about this. And I'm about this. See this? The man. The man. Look at him. This is straight from the Washington. The man. The man with the plan. This man right here. This man. Understand this? Oh, yes, yes. What about this? Here's a little thing too. Look at this one here. Little hat. Little hat for your Christmas tree. You got one of those. What about this one? How about this? How about this? This is my Make America Great Trump 2020. Huh? It's part of the museum. So I don't need you. I don't need you. little atesticular little phoebe. I don't like you, my rumba. Shut up. Pretty good, huh? I love people who sit back and they just complain. Don't you love that? They complain. These people who just complain. I'll tell you, Louis C.K., who's a pervert and a freak, but very funny, very good. Great delivery, great storyteller, but a perv. A skeeve and a perv, but funny. But a degenerate, but funny. He said one time, people said, oh, there's no Wi-Fi in the plane. You're on a plane. You're traveling on a plane. People, they just love to complain. They love to sit back, and they love to just sit back and just complain about stuff like that. But it's who we are in this country. It's who we are. And also, let me tell you something. You don't know anything about the Pope. Would you stop? All these people kept saying, oh, he's from America. Shut up, Joe Biden's from America. Kamala Harris. All of the worst people in the world are from America. What are you talking about? Why do people say, why are they saying this? Well, he's from Chicago. Obama's, well, maybe from Chicago. I don't know. Could be. You know what I mean? You know about this. This makes, you don't know anything about him. Eric Thaddeus Walter, we're going to have on Sunday, that's going to be a good one. I'm going to be recording a confab with him. Did you see me and the great Charles Ortel last night? Oh, unreal. Pilgrim says, I would complain, who would listen? It's not really who would listen, because people listen to it. Who would care, I think is a proper one. Who really cares? Most people don't care. Oh, let me tell you something. I am so... Do me a favor. I mentioned this today. Try sitting through the interview of Brett Weinstein? I forget who it was. Eric's brother. The Weinstein brothers. Weinstein. Whatever this. But they are the most boring, full of hot air brothers. They make Jordan Peterson look humble. We are so bereft. You got to hear this. You got to hear. Whenever Tucker goes, maybe it's great. After 5 minutes, I can't listen to this. I love when people all of a sudden, they stop drinking and they found Jesus and they're the only ones. Oh, for the love of God. Would you stop it? I hate it. Well, I'm 10 days sober. Shut up. There are people who've been doing this for years. Good for you, but keep it to yourself. You're going to hurt yourself patting yourself on the back like that. I hate that. It drives me crazy. Everybody's always telling you about what they've done. And the people who write on their Twitter or X page, Jesus is Lord. Seriously? Your name is, your name is Ramona Vasquez from Hopewell, Texas. And you've got to tell me Jesus is Lord? I'm not saying he's not, but seriously? This is the way you introduce yourself? Can we hear a little bit about your political philosophy? No, Jesus is Lord. Okay. Glad we clear. Jesus is really appreciative of that too. He needs this. Nobody, you never see Jews do that. Hashem is, it's Jews. They keep to themselves. We're talking Jews, not Israel now. I know people always make that confusion. But Jews, believe me, they're into their own communities. They don't bother anybody. They want to be left alone. They don't knock on people's doors. They're not trying. Believe me, there are very strict rules about who can be a Jew. Your mother's got to be Jewish. You just don't sign up. I mean, I guess you can. But fan of Mr. Ortella's Clinton Foundation piece. Oh, yes. He's the best. But when people always have to tell you that what they've done, I have a hard time, and I know this bothers people, and I know I shouldn't. I know I should, but I'm going to say this. There are some people who are proud Christians, and they have to wear a cross. Okay. Some people wear the Star of David, Morgan David. Okay, fine. Do you really need to do that? Okay, it's a free country. I'm not saying you can't do it. Or the American flag. Now, there are some people who say it's the American flag. Other people say, oh, no, that's my sign that it's want you to know. Now, if you're going to wear a lapel pin, wear this. Wear the Trump, hang on. Wear this one. The Trump faux diamond. Now, that's a good one. If you're going to be gaudy, be gaudy. I always believe in just being quiet. Just be quiet. Don't tell everybody everything on your mind. You don't have to do it. Nobody cares. Deep down inside, I know people don't realize, nobody cares. I love when people, have you ever met, ladies, you ever met somebody who's a mother for the first time who says, well, you know, breastfeeding. Oh, you're the first one who's, oh, really? Breastfeeding. You invented breastfeeding. Okay, okay. Did you see where Eric Adams met with Trump today? That's going to be really interesting. I don't know what's going on with that, but I trust my prez. That's all I'm going to say. Let him do what he wants to do. Remember the last time Eric Adams went to the White House? Remember that? He turned around and the FBI grabbed his phones. Remember that? They grabbed his phones to charge him with that piece of shit, stupid, that charge of upgrades, getting upgrades and plane upgrades. Most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Look, I'm no Eric Adams fan, but come on, for the love of God. What's the point of this? I'm in a mood today. I want something real. Great Phoebe Snow song, something real. I'm so tired of phonies. I'm so tired of phonies and liars and people who think they always want to talk about themselves and what they've done. And I want to say this again. Please forgive me. If you're a Christian, keep it to yourself. Great. I'm not saying be ashamed of it, but we don't care. You're not. There's 1.5 billion. Look at this. Let me ask this. How many Christians are there in the world? Total number of Christians. Now this is quick. Give me a number. How many numbers you think? How many? Quick. How many? I'm looking up the numbers. How many Christians are there in the world? How many? How many? 5. Zigzag says 5. There's 5 Christians in the world. I think it's more than that. I think. I'm not sure. How many do you think? 3 billion? Interesting. Real ones? What do you think? What do you think? Anybody? 12? There's 12? There's 12. As of 2024 estimates, there are between 2.4 and 2.6 billion Christians. I'm a Christian, but I'm against proselytizing. There we go. Making Christianity the largest religion on the planet. Catholics, 1.3 billion. Protestants, 900 million. Not even a million. Not even a million Protestants. Excuse me, a billion. Pardon me. What am I saying? Pardon me. 900 million. Orthodox Christians, 220 million. Other Christian groups, Anglicans, non-denominational, between 100 and 200 million. Christianity spans every continent with the largest populations in the Americas, Europe, Sub-Saharan Africa, and Asia Pacific. Isn't that something? You understand that? I excommunicated myself from the Catholic Church. That's another one too. If you don't want to be a member of the Catholic Church, don't. Nobody wants to hear why. Nobody wants to hear why. You're not going to hear me. Listen, if you I may have a problem with the Vatican and the papacy, but as far as the liturgy, the notion of the Eucharist, you never hear me the Nicene Creed. I never talk about that. I never slam Catholics. Never. I've never, ever, ever told anybody that I think they're ridiculous, wrong, or I don't like the religion or theology. Never. And why people do this, I have no idea. They love to tell you, oh, I'm a recovering Catholic. Like they've used this term for the first time. They don't even know what they're talking about. They couldn't tell you. They couldn't tell you. Most people don't care about the Pope. The Pope has nothing to do with their Catholicism. Nothing. When I was in Catholic school, I never heard about the Pope. There was a picture somewhere around it, I guess. They love talking about the Jesuits. I love this. Now, the Jesuits and the Augustinians, the Jesuits with Ignatius Loyola, historically, from the time of really, the 12th century, 1500, they were, it has nothing to do with today. When you see SJ, Society of Jesus, is a Jesuit, what do? Nothing. They are into teaching though. That used to be, and with, unfortunately, with more and more of the cases, you get a lot of lay. I don't think you have as many priests. But people have this idea about they always talk about the Jesuits as being this militant conspiracy group, but they can't tell you why. They know nothing about it. Nothing. They know nothing, but they're told. Or we're supposed to say that. Just like, can you tell me anything about the Masons? What did the Masons do? Harvey Mason, great musician. Dave Mason, the Mason jar. Mason-Dixon line. What exactly? What? He's a 33-degree Mason. So what? What does that mean? I don't know. I just say that. Why? Because I'm a half-assed conspiracist. I don't know. I just say these things. I talk about mercurochrome and pepperoni pizza, and I'm a part of I don't know. I talk about Wiener's laptop. I don't even know the hell that is. I just say stuff because I want to be a part of the club. I love you guys. I want to be a conspiracist. So I say the right words. I say the right thing. Globalist this, globalist that. I don't even know what the hell a globalist is. I just like you guys. That is more often than not what we have here. People who just say stuff, they have no idea what they're talking about. None. They just, you do understand this, right? There are people who don't know what they're... And I love people who just don't believe anything. Well, I wasn't sure about that Sandy Hook. Why is that? I don't know. What? I don't know. Wait a minute, you just said you're not sure about it. That's right. Well, why aren't you sure about it? And what does that mean? I don't know. Quit saying you don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. Here we go again with that. He's doing it again. I don't know. They just say this stuff. They don't know what it means. Please stay away from these people. I do. I have nothing to do with them. They think they're being clever, but they're not. They think, and believe me, I've asked people, whether it's 9/11 or whatever, half of them don't even know what they're talking about. Well, why don't you think, what's wrong with 9/11? Well, those dancing Israelis, that's my favorite. That's still my favorite. What do you mean? All you can do is ask them. Well, explain it to me. Well, I can't even explain it to you, but you know what I mean. No, I don't. What is it? Well, I just, You know what that's all about. No, what? Meh. But one of the things which is, by the way, mercurochrome versus, remember methylate? What's it? What's the difference between mercurochrome and methylate? I don't know how to pronounce it. Methylate. Methylate. Let me see. I love this. One burned and one didn't. Remember that one? Mercurochrome, which is methyl mercury or methylated spirits. Mercury chromate. This was merbromin. It's an antiseptic. Banned in the U.S. Not FDA approved due to mercury concern. Methyl mercury. This is... methylated spirits. That's not it. Yeah, methylated spirits. Yeah, methylated spirits. Yeah, you don't want to drink anything. You don't want to have wood alcohol, CH4. Let me see what this is. Methylate. This is thimerosal. This is mercury-based. All of these are mercury-based. Methylate, topical antiseptic. Remember, it was often reddish orange, like mercurochrome. It kills bacteria. Contains that. It didn't burn. Okay, here we go. My mother had this stuff. Whenever we had a stomach ache, we had paregoric. This is when we were as a kid. This is camphorated tincture of opium. This is what my mother gave us. It was real. It was like it burned. It was like a burn, but it felt good. It contains morphine, and if you got a stomach ache, take some of that. Oh, mom was great. Oh, it was great. Want some of that? Here, try some of this. Try some of this. And I remember one time, years ago, I was going through something, trying to find something, so I got the Tylenol, and I looked, and son of a gun, there was a bottle, a good-sized bottle of Paregoric. And I don't know, this was years ago. I was a wild man. I was crazy. I said, you know what? What the hell? So I took it, popped the top, took a good hit of it, and I remember thinking, damn, it was groovy. I was hearing like, sitar music. I think I took this as a kid. It was opium. Huh? Opium. Here we go. We had a cousin of ours who had terrible migraines. Listen to this. Terrible. I mean, really debilitating. And whenever those of you with migraines will know, there's an aura that comes over. There's an aura where you'll notice you'll have little symptoms that will signal to you the migraine's coming. Maybe letters are cut off or something. Very similar to, believe it or not, to the reaction you get with epileptic seizures. So what they had was, for really fast acting, because when she had the signals, or the aura, as they call it, she had to, and that's not the way some folks say R. The letter R is aura. My name is Jerome, J-E-R-A. And if you're R-O-R, you're aura, aura. In any event, they had fiorinol codeine suppositories. I heard about this. I thought, wow. They said, oh, really fast acting. Oh yeah. Forget. You're afraid of needles. You don't want to swallow pills. Try this. This will work. Now, it is a bit different. Imagine being at a party where you say, anybody like a Diddy party. Hey, pass around the bowl of fiorinol with codeine suppositories. Anybody want to get weird? Thank you. Take a handful. Here we go. Fire one ready. Pardon me. Let me administer this. I'll be back in a second. Oh, I'll do it right here. Okay. Which, just imagine a party of people bending over and getting weird. But it's a very, very quick introduction by virtue of bloodstreams and the like, which explains the particular lethality of AIDS via certain high-risk behaviors, if you know what I'm talking about. That's why it was such a problem. You see what you learned? I went from Pam Bondi, James O'Keefe, to fiorinol codeine and suppositories. Take that, Tim Pool. Try that. Take that with your wool cap. Go ahead. And your team full of kiss-ass. It's just me, Timmy. I don't have a bunch of people always pretending I'm so great. You know what I'm talking about. You know who really gets on my nerves too? I'll tell you right now. I can't watch him. Not Vlad. Vlad I like his questions. He's off camera. I love it. Just the voice. And white underbelly is great. But Patrick Bet David. Oh, please. I can't take it. I can't. You think it's like he doesn't, when somebody's language is like, you're almost there, but not quite there. You know what I mean? He's not exactly, well, put it this way, his loquacity, Pilgrim says, I don't mean this in a bad way, getting silly, kid. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but thank you, I guess. Remember, the key to a joke, to a communication, is communicating. Make it crystal clear. You understand this? Why there aren't more people in this chat blows my mind. I don't know this. Maybe I can wear a wool cap. I might do that. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to wear a wool cap. I'm going to look like a second story. Like Along Came Bronson. Remember Michael Parks? Along Came Bronson or something like that? In any event. So my friends, that's it. I just want to say hi to you. 34 minutes of this. I want to remind you, 5 o'clock today, catch Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors sign up. This is the 5th anniversary. It's 5 at 5 at 5. 5th anniversary of Lynn's Warriors. Okay? 5th anniversary. And it is absolutely, she works on this thing constantly. It's a beautiful day here in New York. It's raining. Another rainy day in New York City. So silently it falls. Crosstown traffic crawls. Memories of the ways in New York City. Tender, tough, too silent to be true. Nothing left to do. Chicago. All right, my friend. Thank you so much. Circling the drain again, my friends. I'm chatting here, dear heart. Thank you. There's Leanne. Listen, this is not about me. It's about you. It's about you coming forward and saying hello and being a part of this. All right? That's all it is. But you love it, don't you? You love it. And you love. Wasn't that a great walk yesterday? Wasn't that fun? You better believe it's fun. I would do it today, but it's raining. And I love you, but you know what I mean? All right, dear friends. Have a great and a glorious and a beauteous day. Remember, think for yourself. If you're a Christian, if you're a Jew, if you're an atheist, whatever it is, great. Keep it to yourself. Nobody cares. If you're 5 years sober, 5 minutes sober, if you're not sober, if you're drunk, nobody cares. Nobody. The only one who cares is you. And it's like, are you bragging? You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to be doing this in the first place. So quitting something you're not supposed to be doing. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to belittle it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But nobody cares. Believe me when I tell you this. Nobody cares. They tell you they care, but they don't. Tell things to people about stuff they care about. In any event, dear folks, have a great and a glorious and a groovy day. I'm going to end this thing that we're doing. I wish you all the best. Thank you for being a part of it. To all of our super chatters, thank you so much. Pilgrim, even though I don't know what you're talking about, I love you, man. I love you. I love you. I'm serious. You're the reason God made Oklahoma. I think David Frizzell said that. In any event, have a great day, my friends. Talk to you later. Don't forget, Monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.